ma'am, I know that. I'm sorry. Do you remember me? I played basketball with your son, Peter, in school. She shook her head. You burned your hair, he said. Her hand reached up and came away with threads of black carbon. My sweater burned, too. Synthetic crap. Wool wouldn't have gone up like that. I threw it in the bushes. Who'd you say you were? Terry LaRue. Who did you say you were? He told her again, then offered to take her out to breakfast. His forehead had streaks of ash across it. She saw that his eyes were very blue, wide open, as though he still had his boy eyes. He was wearing big black rubber galoshes. You have big boots. He turned his feet out slightly. Regulation equipment. I have to tell Liddie. You know Liddie? I'm not looking forward to calling her, I can tell you that. I have to clean up this mess before we go. Your daughter would want you to get something to eat, Mrs. Hawking. I wouldn't bother to tidy up in here. You'll need a wrecking crew. How about if I get some clothes for you? Not underwear. I don't allow men in my underwear drawer. He went upstairs and came down with a pair of pants, a shirt, and a sweater draped over one arm. There's a dead mouse up there. She remembered now. Romeo had woken her, yowling like a jungle cat. She'd been dreaming, rocked in the bottom of a boat someone was rowing. She took the clothes he offered and went into the living room and took off her nightgown next to the upright piano. Don't look, she called. The fireman was picking up wreckage from the kitchen floor. You brought me a pair of pants with a hole in the knee. Never mind, no one looks at old ladies. When she was dressed, she reappeared in the doorway to the kitchen, weeping quietly. Don't touch anything in here, he said. Everything's hot. Are you hurt? Only this. She held out her arm and pointed to the inside of her wrist. With a gloved hand, he opened the refrigerator door and dabbed butter on the burn. Shall I take you to the clinic? No. Someone will come and rebuild your kitchen, Mrs. Hawking. It'll all come right in the end. That's what you think. You're still young. He brought her coat and held it for her. I'm not a kleptomaniac. I didn't mean to do that. He helped her into her boots. Pyromaniac? I know you're not. Not one of those types. He took her elbow and led her toward his pickup. A sentinel crow clung to a branch and waited for its morning scraps, its black feathers lifting in a wind that coursed up from the bay. Small flecks of snow drifted down. The ground was already covered with a foot, blue tinges in the shadows where it had drifted. He helped her up into the truck, closed the door for her, and came around the other side. As he turned the key and the engine started, she opened the passenger door and started to climb out. My cat! Don't worry. Cats are good at taking care of themselves. Better shut the door now. She pulled it closed and he backed out. She took in the smell of cigarettes and man stuff. She liked the litter. She liked men, period. She remembered once in New York City being on the arm of someone in the rain. A warm rain, and the lights shining through the water, fogged with beauty, like how she'd always imagined Paris. The road was plowed smooth, heaped on the edges with fresh snow. The heater in the truck rattled, and she looked over at the fireman's face, trying to place him. It's March, he said. Almost spring. Are you making conversation, or do you really believe that? He laughed. Making conversation, I guess. He glanced over at her, still smiling. March always has its own ideas. Inside the cafe, they sat in a booth, and Lillian, the owner, came out from the kitchen and said she'd already heard about the fire and was awful sorry. She had a large, kind face, a big bosom, short arms. Her grandson ran around, ducking under tables, racing.